What's going on, guys? Welcome to this episode of Tech News while driving on March 2nd, 2016. I'm your host, Tony Hannity. Top of the story. In the news today, Google has launched an app on Android called Hands Free. This is basically a voice-automated system that allows you to use your voice to make mobile payments. This is in beta test and is subjugated to only be available in the South Bay here in the San Francisco Bay Area. So if you live in and around Google and you shop at places like Papa Murphy's and McDonald's and a few other places, this would do you wonders. So let me put it to you this way. If you use NFC right now, you still have the issue of having to fumble to get your phone out, very much similar to you fumbling to get your wallet out. And so what this voice activation system allows you to do is literally say the words, "I want to pay with Google." And by doing that, with the help of Bluetooth and Bluetooth Low Energy and Wi-Fi, and I'm assuming later on beacons of this sort would be implemented as well too. Your name based off of the initials that you give to the cashier and a profile picture with the corresponding hands-free account, they would be able to say, "Oh, you are Tony Hannity's, so you're good to go, and you can pay for this cheeseburgers and fries." This is not unlike, well, I guess it is a little unlike what Square did. I forget what they called it, but it was this geofencing technology where if you went into a store that supported Square Pay, you could just walk into the store based off of your geolocation and Wi-Fi and maybe a few other things. I don't know if beacons themselves were applicable, but your face would pop up and they say, "Okay, you're Tony, you're paying for this muffin, off you go." And you just paid with Square. You didn't have to take your phone out or anything. You didn't even really have to verify anything. You just kind of showed up. So Google's doing their own thing. I think the added security of saying what your initials are in order to bring up your appropriate profile is good. Some people maybe might give different initials versus what they actually have, maybe for additional security reasons. So instead of TH for me, I could use HT, just as an example. Who knows? Whatever the fact is, this is still in extreme alpha beta. So if this at all seems interesting to you, but you don't live in the South Bay, fear not, it may or may not come to your area. So I wouldn't get too excited. And even if it does come to your area, then we pose the same issue that we had with NFC payments. You saying the words, "I want to pay with Google," it's a high probability rate that the cashier might think you want to use Android Pay. And they're like, "Well, yeah, go ahead and scan your phone." And then you're in that conversation of, "No, I just need to say the words." And it's like, "Oh, no, we're not the McDonald's that does that," yada, 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 yada. So, in any event, is this something you'd be looking forward to trying out? Some advice for you guys looking to buy a new computer, or I guess any electronics. If you're the cutting edge person, this isn't for you. If you're the type of person that's looking for a good deal, you don't really care if it's the latest and greatest, but you still want a little bit of a bump in upgrade specifications, honestly, you got to check out Costco. I am not being paid by them whatsoever. I mean, my affiliation with them is purely professional, but the fact that my daily job has me going around to myriad of different retailers and whatnot, I get a chance to look at all the different deals. Now, Costco, they don't have tech support, so there's your one downside, but at least for their warranty, their accidental protection through Square Trade, it's a really good choice. And I would recommend you guys check out your nearest Costco if you can. I have yet to go to Sam's Club, which is kind of the competitive nature from Walmart. So I don't really know if it's any better, good, or the same in regards to the pricing and the choices that you have, selection. But at least at Costco, the few that I've been to like, I don't know, 6 or 7 of them. They've got from low end all the way to high end. They obviously have Surface as well too. A couple of good desktops. a few all-in-ones, not too many. Most of that's online. But case in point, they've got a really nice new desktop that even I was considering getting, with a terabyte of hard drive, 12 gigs of RAM, upgraded i5 processor, a Radeon AMD graphics card for just shy of $599. You know, that kind of setup somewhere else is going to be at least $799. So, you know, savings of $200 with the added bonus of the additional warranty through Costco and Square Trade should I need it, which I don't think I would because it would be a desktop. It's definitely a viable option. So go check out your latest your closest Costco, and if you find a deal, let us know. If you're a Slack user and a Skype user or any other video conferencing technology that you use for businesses or what have you, today Slack has announced that they're releasing a beta function on their desktop. Using WebRTC through Slack, you can now make voice and video calls to up to 15 participants. It hasn't released on mobile yet, but one can assume that it will be there very shortly. This is, in my opinion, like I was kind of saying, going after what Skype is doing. Microsoft and Skype definitely need to step up their game if they're going to continue being in the enterprise market, especially with Link. But when it comes or I guess Skype for business now. But when it comes to things like your messaging replacement platform, Slack is definitely becoming the everyday platform for non-techie people as well too. So I'm definitely very excited to see what else comes out of Slack. And talking about messaging platforms, WhatsApp has also launched a function where you can actually share files. Right now the file sharing is limited to PDFs, but one can assume later on you'll not only be able to share photos and videos and PDFs, but other things like docs and Excel spreadsheets and even presentations via PowerPoint or Google presentation. Last piece of news, Eric Schmidt, ex-CEO and chairman of Google, is now going to be the head of a new subcommittee, a new board under the DoD here in the United States. It's the Innovative Advisory Board. And essentially what they're doing is kind of directing the DoD in such a way that can help look at the culture and processes of overall innovation, and considering that technology has a lot to do with that, having someone like Eric Schmidt head up the head of the board, so to speak, is probably in their best interest. So one might say he's been compromised, but this is good. This is the United States government taking a look at technology from a standpoint with not just advisors but experts. So we'll see how he does there. It doesn't mean that he's going to leave Google. He's still going to be with Google or Alphabet, I guess. But yeah, maybe you'll see some more innovative stuff coming out of the government with his input in mind. Now, the actual board itself has not been confirmed in regards to who the other chair people are and other members, but Eric Schmidt is number one. That's it for today. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. You all take care. We'll be back tomorrow with another tech news while driving. I'm getting some coffee because it is kind of late and I want to make sure I don't fall asleep. Make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and of course now Instagram. Have a good one, and we will see you in the next one. Late.